Okay, guys, so let me give you my honest feedback about IBW 2025. So, my last IBW was 2023. That was obviously in Goa. The venue was much bigger. I understand the venue, I appreciate the turnaround time that IBW has. IBW did from a big venue like Goa going to a relatively smaller venue, and more importantly doing everything at the fraction of the time that they had. I respect the way the entire event was turned around. Yes, it was a little dusty here and there, but come on, credit where due. They did a fantastic job to revive the event, which they could have easily cancelled. Okay, so that's point number one. Congratulations to the management team, to the event team for doing that. Number two, because there was a shift, I did realize quite a few, what do you call, stall owners, quite a few designers, companies like BMW backed out because obviously IBW is Goa, Goa is IBW, so that is also understandable. Now, this is what I had expected. I had still expected something bigger. Now, in Goa in 2023, it took me, say, a good one day to see every stall. There were a lot of interactive events over there. Over here, the interaction was limited, the stalls were limited. It does not take more than 2 hours to completely go through every stall briefly. Okay, if you're a bike enthusiast like me, you see modified bikes, you get into the details, but at best one day. The Goa event that had taken place 2 years ago, where I was absolutely a fan of IBW, one day would not have been enough. So that's one negative. Now, I think that point number two is more personal than a negative aspect, but for me, it was an absolute deal breaker, and this is the reason I will not be going to IBW tomorrow. 2023, not only the bikes and the size of the event and the vibe of Goa had helped me enjoy the moment, it was the music, it was the DJs, it was the people whom they had invited to sing. Over here, King had come. King, obviously, personally, he's his music king, even though he sounds amazing without autotune. And his music, I mean, my wife personally loves him. I personally did not like him. So I'm like, TK, this is one sound artist that I don't like. I can skip that. But there were various DJs that they had got in between. Now, last year, example, there was a lot of international music. There was a lot of trance. There were bands like there was the band like Nuclear that was playing. It's a Nuclear is a techno trance music that is basically a combination of Indian old music with modern techno music. I mean, you got to hear them to understand. So I expected international come Indian music to be played over here. Unfortunately, over here, 90% of the time it was just Marathi or Hindi songs, and beach mein there were few good English songs here and there. As I mentioned, 99% of the public enjoyed, or 90% of the public enjoyed. This is a very personal thing. Just to realize that I may have come with way too high expectations with reference to music as well. So, I mean, I was because I take music extremely seriously. I was disappointed on the music front. I was disappointed in terms of the overall size of the event, and I think, and unfortunately, fortunately, or more unfortunately, thanks to me mentioning how amazing IBW was, I think at least two or three people had joined my group thanks to my word of mouth. I would definitely not recommend IBW to anyone. Again, it's a personal choice. The things that I said, maybe most of the crowd that's hearing my what do you call, hearing my recording in the video may say, you know what, I anyways liked Hindi music, I anyways enjoyed it over there, good enough. But I personally would not go there. I personally wouldn't be the free brand ambassador that I was recommending IBW, because, come on, I mean, the music felt like I've gone to a tier 2 city where there is some marriage and there's some local DJ playing. They actually had a band, a jazz, modern jazz band. Who travels to a bike event to listen to modern jazz? It's a very niche market. I mean, you go to these clubs where jazz is played. It's I don't know. I mean, jazz. Come on. Like again, they had what do you call, a group that played rock music, and again the Royal Enfield gang, the Harley Davidson gang enjoyed it, and even I enjoyed to a certain extent because it was a mix of English and Hindi. But as I mentioned, overall, I was disappointed, and thank God I had not traveled all the way to Goa for such an event. It was relatively close because of the reshuffling of the location. There were people who have come from Gujarat, from Delhi. I've seen people riding all the way back to Gujarat. I hope they enjoyed it, and I hope it was worth their effort of traveling till the event. But me personally, absolutely not. I will not go to an IBW event. And now, knowing my taste, I would personally, I think I may just take my car and drive with my wife to Sunburn, because music is something that I really cared about. Because, again, I cannot see people destroying their engines just for the sake of attention. The absolute full throttle, uh, what you call, it's like a tradition apparently, because I've seen quite a few foreign journalists telling, oh, it's like an Indian tradition. They are making music from the bikes. It's not music. You're just destroying your cylinders, you're destroying your cylinder head, you're destroying the entire bike. So yeah, I mean, this is something that I would want to avoid as well next December. This is just my honest feedback, and it may not be applicable for everyone, but this is what I feel. IBW is definitely not worth looking into, and is out of my calendar list at least.